Yeah, so anyway, I've lost it. So now we can train the person. All right, we can train the person, whoever has come in your household. Prabhupada is saying here. What is he saying? If a human being is taught, that's why we go to school to be taught, right? Right? We go to school to be taught. But if you are taught nothing, right, then you will become simply a human animal, right? So, if a human being is taught to change his subtle body, now your mind, your desires have to change. Because desires actually, they are borrowed desires. Like when you go to a supermarket, you didn't have desire to buy this. They just put it in front of you, right? Or they put advertisement. This is the meaning of advertisement. Make it so nice, right? And in India, they are very creative. They're super creative in making advertisement. They make it a home thing. They bring in the grandma, they bring in the child. Everything is home set up. Such Maya, right? They're expert in creating a movie to put the desire in you. Yes, yes, yes. I want this, I want this. Right? This is the process of the transmigration of the soul. Therefore, instead of trying to unite human society through pacts for sense gratification that can never be achieved, it is clearly desirable to teach people how to become Krishna conscious and return home back to God. This is true now and indeed at any time. Meaning that we want to be happy, right? You should have your share, I should also have my share. And we should live together peacefully, happily, right? Here Prabhupada is saying, impossible. You know what's a pact? Like treaty, a treaty. Make the pact of peace. Okay, we agree. You will enjoy, I will also enjoy. We are going to share the goodies between the two of us and we're going to ignore the Ishvara. Right? You know how this pot of nectar that came from Dhanvantari's hen, right? The Chainingam Samudra Manthan, right? So together they made a truce. So the devas and the demons say, okay, pact for sense gratification. All right? As soon as the pot came out, immediately all pact fell apart. Right? Immediate fighting. And poor Vishnu, he had to get involved in all this. Right? So Prabhupada is saying, what about surrendering to Krishna and serve him? Text 55. I want to finish this section today somehow. Esha prakriti sangena purushasya viparyayah asit saeva nachirat isha sangad viliyate. Since the living entity is associated with material nature, he is in an awkward position. Awkward. Viparyayaha, like Arjun, right? He was in such an awkward situation. Fight his family members or not, right? And Krishna is in between. Krishna is in between, He came in between them. Say, yes, fight them, right? So he's bewildered. But if in the human form of life he's taught to associate with the Supreme Person, Godhead, or his devotee, this position can be overcome. So the hopelessness is described, and now the hope is being given. There is a solution to it. What is the solution? Associate with Krishna or his devotees, both. All right. Sometimes devotees come together, but there's no Krishna in it. All right. So we have to make sure that when devotees come together, Krishna is indeed there, right? That's how devotees told me they stopped coming to the temple. Why? They fight. Better I stay at home. This one said that one said that. So they stopped coming. right? So therefore, Krishna must be there. The word Prakriti means material nature, and Purusha may also refer to the Supreme Person Godhead. If one wants to continue his association with Prakriti, the female energy of Krishna, and be separated from Krishna by the illusion that he is able to enjoy Prakriti, he must continue in his conditional life. Purusha and Prakriti, all right? This Prakriti is the female energy of the Lord and is extremely attractive. And it is specifically attractive because it is separate from Krishna. It's an illusion that I can be the Purusha and I can capture and enjoy. Finally, father, mother is not at home, I'm all alone, right, children? Father, mother is not at home, the children, yes, we are free to enjoy, do whatever we need to do, right? So it's an illusion that I can be happy, just be free to enjoy. If he changes his consciousness, however, and associate with the Supreme Original Person or with his associates, he can get out of the entanglement of material nature, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. So very simple. What do we need to know? How to associate with the Supreme Lord is given here. What should we do? Janma karma chame devyam evam yo veti tatvatah. So this is a recipe. This is a recipe. How to become free from the three gunas. Associate with Krishna. All right? And when we associate with Krishna, what will happen? One must simply understand the Supreme Person Krishna in terms of his form. So we should know the form of Krishna, his different forms, his avatar. We should visualize the form of Krishna. We should see the form of Krishna. We should touch the form of Krishna. We should decorate the form of Krishna. We should speak about the form of Krishna, right? So form, name, activities, and pastimes. His attributes. This will keep one always in the association of Krishna. Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mam eti sarjuna. Thus, after giving up his gross material body, one accepts not another gross body, but a spiritual body, in which to return home back to Godhead. Thus, one ends the tribulation caused by his association with the material energy. Meaning, associating with the material energy creates only one problem. What? One thing only. What does it produce? Association with material energy. Tribulations, distress. In summary, the living entity is an eternal servant of God. But he comes to the material world and is bound by material conditions because of his desire to lord it over matter. Now, what is the meaning of liberation? Muktir hitva yatha rupam swarupena vyavastitihi. Liberation means giving up this false consciousness and reviving one's original service to the Lord. This return to one's original life is called mukti. All right. Okay, now text 56, 57 together. Ayam hi shruta sampana shilavrita gunalaya drita vrato mridurdantah satyavan mantra vichuchihi guravagnyani atiti vridhanam shushrushrur anahankritah sarvabhuta suhrit sadhur mitavak anusuyakaha. So now a list of the good qualities of a Jamil is going to be given. All right? Shikala, you can read.
Hare Krishna. Translation. In the beginning, this Brahmana named Ajamil studied all the Vedic literatures. He was a reservoir of good character, good conduct, and good qualities. Firmly established in executing all the Vedic injunctions, he was very mild and gentle, and he kept his mind and senses under control. Furthermore, he was always truthful. He knew how to chant the Vedic mantras, and he was also very pure. Ajamil was very respectful to his spiritual master, the fire god, guests, and the elderly members of his household. Indeed, he was free from false prestige. He was upright, benevolent to all living entities, and well behaved. He would never speak nonsense or envy anyone. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. The order carries of Yamraj, or the order carriers of Yamraj, the Yamadutas, are explaining the factual position of piti and impiety and how a living entity is entangled in this material world. Describing the history of Ajamil's life, the Yamadutas relate that in the beginning he was a learned scholar of the Vedic literature. He was well behaved, neat and clean, and very kind to everyone. In fact, he had all good qualities. In other words, he was like a perfect Brahman. A Brahmana is expected to be perfectly pious, to follow all the regulative principles, and to have all good qualities. The symptoms of piety are explained in these verses. Srila Veeraraghav Acharya comments that Dhrita Vrata means Dhritam Vratam Stri Sangha Rahityatmaka Brahmanacharya Rupam. In other words, Ajamil followed the rules and regulations of celibacy as a perfect brahmachari, and was very soft-hearted, truthful, clean, and pure. How he fell down in spite of all these qualities and thus came to the threatened with punishment by Yamraj will be described in the following verses. Thank you. Hare Krishna. सोवनयातः पितृसन्देशकृद्विजः आदाय तत आवृत्तः फलपुष्पसमित्कुशान् ददर्श कामिनं कश्चित् शूद्रं सह भुजिष्यया पीत्वा च मधुमैरेयं मदाधूर्णितनेत्रया मत्तया विश्वलत्थिन्निव्या यपेतं निरपत्रपं क्रीडन्तमनुगायन्तं हसन्तं मनयान्तिके.
Translation by Divine Grace Prabhupada. Once this Brahman Ajamila, following the order of his father, went to the forest to collect fruit, flowers, and two kinds of grass called Samit and Kusha. On the way home, he came upon a Shudra, a very lusty, fourth class man, who was shamelessly embracing and kissing a prostitute. The Shudra was smiling, singing, and enjoying, and as if this were proper behavior. But the Shudra and the prostitute were drunk. This prostitute eyes was rolling in intoxication, and her dress had become loose. Such was the condition in which Ajamil saw them. Purport by Divine Grace Prabhupada. While traveling along a public way, Ajamil came upon the fourth class man and a prostitute who was vividly described here. Drunkenness was sometimes manifest even in bygone ages, although not very frequently. In this age of Kali, however, such a sin is to be seen everywhere, for people all over the world have become shameless. Long ago, when he saw the scene of a drunkard Shudra, and a prostitute, Ajamila, who was a perfect brahmachari, was affected. Nowadays, such sin is visible in so many places. We must consider this position of a brahmachari student who sees such behavior. For such a brahmachari to remain steady is very difficult unless he is extremely strong in following the regulative principles. Nevertheless, if one takes to Krishna conscious very seriously, he can withstand the provocation created by sin. In our Krishna conscious movement, we prohibit illicit sex, intoxication, meat eating, and gambling. In Kali Yuga, a drunk, half naked woman embraced a drunk man is a very common sight, especially in the Western countries, and restraining oneself from seeing such things is very difficult. Nevertheless, it is by the grace of Krishna one adheres to the regulated principles and chants the Hare Krishna mantra. Krishna will certainly protect him. Indeed, Krishna says that this devotee is never vanquished. Konteya pratijanati, name bhaktya pranashyati. Therefore, all the disciples practicing Krishna consciousness should obediently follow the regulative principles and remain fixed in chanting the holy names of the Lord. Then there is need be no fear. Otherwise, one's position is very dangerous, especially in this Kali Yuga. Hare Krishna.
So this is how a Jamil, young brahmachari, right? He got caught simply by wrong scene. So Prabhupada is saying that it's very difficult to control the senses when we are in contact with such scenes. But still, if we follow the regulative principles and we chant Hare Krishna, so this is the whole story that's being described here. How finally he got saved by the names of Narayan, even though he had fallen so badly. But the name of Narayan is more powerful than sin. All right? Otherwise, sin will reign supreme, right? Illusion will reign supreme. But no, Maya is superior to, Krishna is superior to Maya, right? Otherwise, no hope, isn't it? 61. Drishtva tam kamaliptena bahuna parirambitam jagamarichaya vasam sahasyaiva vimohita. The Shudra, his arm decorated with turmeric powder, was embracing the prostitute. When Ajamil saw her, the dormant, lusty desires in his heart awakened, and in illusion he fell under their control. It is said that if one's body is smeared with turmeric, it attracts the lusty desires of the opposite sex. The word kama liptena indicates that the Shudra was decorated with turmeric smeared on his body. So like they do haldi ceremony, right? They put, now you know why, right? What they put? They put haldi on the body?
Yes, they put.
See, here we offer chandan, we put this kesar, no? We put kesar in it. Yeah. So here it says, speaking of turmeric, what they do. So this is kama liptena. Kama liptena, decorated with turmeric to incite lusty desires. So this is a different thing, right? Text 62. Stambhayan atmanatmanam yavat sattvam yatha shrutam na sashaka samadhutam manomadana vepitam. As far as possible, he patiently tried to remember the instructions of the Shastra, not even to see a woman, right? With the help of this knowledge and his intellect, he tried to control his lusty desires. But because of the force of Cupid within his heart, he failed to control his mind. He failed to control his mind. Unless one is very strong in knowledge, patience, and body and proper bodily, mental, and intellectual behavior, controlling one's lusty desires is extremely difficult. Thus, after seeing a man embracing a young woman and practically doing everything required for sex life, even a fully qualified Brahmana, as described above, could not control his lusty desires and restrain himself from pursuing them. Because of the force of materialistic life, to maintain self control is extremely difficult unless one is specifically under the protection of the Supreme Person of Godhead through devotional service. All right? Because it's miserable to fall under the grip of lust. तन्निमित्ता स्मर व्याज ग्रहग्रस्तो विचेतनः तामेव मनसा ध्यायं swadharmadviraramaha. In the same way that the sun and moon are eclipsed by a low planet, Rahu, Ketu, I don't know. So eclipsed by a low planet, the Brahmana lost all his good sense. We just read the qualities of a Brahmana, right? He lost everything. Like Rahu came and captured the mind of that Brahmana. Taking advantage of this situation. See, actually what has happened, you can throw off the influence of Rahu and Ketu. But if you become excited by sense gratification, you make no effort. All right, so a devotee who's under the protection of Krishna, a devotee how do we come under the protection of Krishna? Doing devotional service, worshipping the deities. All right, if we have that taste for worshipping the deities, then we cannot come under, because now he's becoming victim of his own desires. Not that the Rahu Ketu is so strong. Right? It's not at all true. Here, Prabhupada is, the verse is saying, taking advantage of this situation. Right? Taking advantage of this situation, he always thought of the prostitute, so his mind has become caught, stuck on that scene that he saw, and he also wants to enjoy in the same way. And within a short time, once Rahu, what's that? Graha Grasto, Vichetanaha. This Chetana. Chetana means consciousness. Vichetana meaning, lost his proper consciousness. Right? My God, this is an everyday story, isn't it? He always thought of the prostitute, and within a short time, no time at all, he took her as a servant in his house and abandoned all the regulative principles of a Brahmana. Everything out of the window. Whatever he learned, everything was out. Right? See how easily we can lose that with so much care. Right? It's not easy to be a Brahmana. You have to invest so much time, so much restraint, so much sacrifice, right? You shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do this. You have to really put in the effort. But with just one scene, and the mind gets caught, and you say, yes, this is what I want. Relax all my principles. Just be myself, right? This is the philosophy today. Be yourself. Give in to all your desires, right? No suppression, otherwise you get sick, right? You suppress, right? That's what they teach. Give in to everything, right? When you give in to everything, this is what happens. Oh my God, what a horror. My page turned. 63 purport, okay. By speaking this verse, Shukdev Goswami wants to impress upon the mind of the reader that Ajamil's exalted position as a Brahmana was vanquished by his association with a prostitute, so much so that he forgot all his Brahminical activities. So we should, as devotees, we should be extremely careful that we do not get vanquished. And we are just a fly in this world, right? A small fly. Imagine how easily we can get vanquished. Therefore, if you forget Krishna, right, we'll become just a fly. But if we remember Krishna, an image is coming in my mind. You know, on the battlefield of Mahabharata, there were two birds. You know, there were two birds. And you know what, Mahabharata, everybody died, right? Mahabharata. But those two birds didn't die on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. You know how?
घंटी गिर गया था एलिफेंट के गले का घंटी कृष्ण मतलब उनको सेव करना था तो वो घंटी उनके ऊपर गिर गया
Yes. One, you know how huge that elephant is and what huge ghanti he has, right? And that ghanti was so perfect, right? That it didn't crush them, all right? It shielded them, it protected them, right? So, nevertheless, at the end of his life, by chanting the 4 syllables of the name Narayana, he was saved from the gravest danger of falling down because he was going straight to Yamlok, right? Straight to Yamlok. I heard Pluto is this Yamlok. Pluto, this planet. Pluto, I heard is this Yamlok. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayato mahato bhayat. Even a little devotional service can save one from the greatest danger. Devotional service, which begins with chanting of the holy name of the Lord, is so powerful that even if one falls down from the exalted position of a Brahmana through sexual indulgence, he can be saved from all calamities if somehow or other, if he somehow or other chants the holy name of the Lord. This is the extraordinary power of the Lord's holy holy name. Therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, it is advised that one never forget the chanting of the holy name, even for a moment. Satatam. All right? Satatam means always. Satatam. Kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridda vrattaha, meaning chant with a great determination. Dridda vrata. Don't say today I'm Hare Krishna, tomorrow I'm no more Hare Krishna. If you are no more Hare Krishna, you know where you are? Realize where you are? The danger of this material world. So please catch hold of the bead bag. Right? Don't be ashamed to carry a bead bag. Don't take a counter. There are so many dangers in this material. Here Prabhupada is saying there's so many dangers in this material world that one may fall down from an exalted position at any time. Do not play with Maya. Do not underestimate the power of Maya. Yet, if one keeps himself always pure and steady by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, he will be safe without a doubt. Next, just two more. Should we continue? Text 64. Tameva toshayamasaha pitryenarthena yavataha gramyer manoramhe kameh prasideta yatha tatha. Thus Ajamil began spending whatever money he had inherited from his father to satisfy the prostitute with various material presentations, so that she would remain pleased with him. He gave up all his Brahminical activities to satisfy the prostitute. Because if he doesn't provide, she'll go somewhere else. She's a prostitute, right? She'll go somewhere else. There are many instances throughout the world in which even a purified person being attracted by a prostitute spends all all the money he has inherited. Prostitute hunting is so abominable that the desire for sex with a prostitute can ruin one's character, destroy one's exalted position, and plunder all one's money. Therefore, illicit sex is strictly prohibited. So that's why when we take Diksha, we promise. All right? One should be satisfied with his married wife, or even a slight deviation will create havoc. A Krishna conscious Grihastha should always remember this. He should always be satisfied with one wife and be peaceful simply by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. Otherwise, at any moment, he may fall down from his good position, as exemplified in the case of Ajamil. All right. So Prabhupada is giving instructions, warnings and instructions. 65. Vipram swabharyam aprodham kule mahati lambitam vishasarja chirat papaha swerinya panga vidhadhihi. Because his intelligence was pierced by the lusty glance of the prostitute, the victimized Brahmana Ajamil engaged in sinful acts in her association. He even gave up the company of his very beautiful young wife, who came from a very respectable Brahmana family. Purport. Customarily, everyone is eligible to inherit his father's property, and Ajamil also inherited the money of his father. But what did he do with the money? Instead of engaging the money in the service of Krishna, he engaged it in the service of a prostitute. Therefore, he was condemned and was punishable by Yamaraj. How did this happen? He was victimized by the dangerous, lustful glance of a prostitute. So they're expert. They know how to capture a man, all right? 66. Yatastataschopanye nyayato dhanam babhrarasya kutumbinyah kudumbam mandadhirayam. Or the bone of a Brahmana family, this rascal, oh my God, bereft of intelligence because of the prostitute's association, earn money somehow or other, regardless of whether properly or improperly, and use it to maintain the prostitute's sons and daughters. Yad asau shastram ullangriya Swairacharyati garhitaha avartata chiram kalam aghayur asuchir malat. It's as if we are swearing, right? It's as if we are swearing all these, right? It's so dirty, you can even make out. This Brahmana irresponsibly spent his long lifetime transgressing all the rules and regulations of the holy scriptures, living extravagantly and eating food prepared by a prostitute. Therefore, he is full of sins, he is unclean, and is addicted to forbidden activities. Purport. Food prepared by an unclean, sinful man or woman, especially a prostitute, is extremely infectious. Ajamil ate such food, and therefore he was subject to be punished by Yamaraj. All right. So therefore we tell all the women, you must cook at home. You should never let your husband eat somewhere outside. All right. Warning. Warning, all right? Don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. Don't be lazy, right? Don't go to work. All right? Don't go to work and you neglect your food. Right? You're ruining your family life. Don't let your children eat outside food. Prabhupada is saying here, food prepared by an unclean, sinful man or woman, especially a prostitute, is extremely infectious. Who do you know who's cooking in those hotels? Right? Who do you know? Right? Daytime they're doing one thing, nighttime they're doing something else. Right? This is how you can't understand who come back to your house. How this man, how this child has become like this. Text 68. ततएनं दण्डपानेः सकाशं कृतकिल्बिषं निश्यामो कृत निर्वेशं यत्र दण्डेन शुध्यति. And you know, see, there is a principle in cooking, meaning that Brahmanas cook, right? Cooking is allowed only by Brahmanas because they are going to offer to Vishnu, right? If you just pick somebody who's a sweeper, all right, you don't know from where he's coming. He's a cook just because he's cooking nicely, right? How you're putting at stake your life? This man Ajamil didn't undergo atonement. Therefore, because of his sinful life, we must take him into the presence of Yamaraj for punishment. There, according to the extent of his sinful acts, he will be punished and thus purified. Purport. The Vishnu Duts had forbidden the Yamaduts to take Ajamil to Yamaraj, and therefore the Yamadut explained that taking such a man to Yamaraj was appropriate. So he said, okay, I put up my case here. You want to take him, I put 100% correct, Yamadut, 100% correct. Since Ajamil had not undergone so, since Ajamil had not undergone atonement for his sinful acts, he was to be taken to Yamaraj to be purified. When a man commits murder, he becomes sinful, and therefore he also must be killed. Otherwise, after death, he must suffer many sinful reactions. Similarly, punishment by Yamaraj is a process of purification for the most abominable, sinful persons. Therefore, the Yamduta requested the Vishnu Dutas not to obstruct their taking Ajamil to Yamaraj. Okay? Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 6th canto, 1st chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled The History of the Life of Ajamil. Sorry? Yeah. Prabhupada used to do at that time, 115. Yeah, so, see, so Prabhupada, we are so fortunate we are here with Prabhupada, right? Yeah, so Prabhupada has written these books for us to study and to, to guide our life, isn't it? Like I'm just seeing the Bhagavatam classes, everybody, so less viewers.
So less
Viewers
viewers.
on this um, YouTube everywhere, not even 500 devotees are seeing. So they don't read, they don't study Bhagavatam. How will they know? How they practice? There are thousands and thousands and thousands of devotees, Hare Krishna devotees, right?
Yes.
Thousands.
Thousands.
Right? But they are not serious. Lakh. Lakh. Meaning hundreds of thousands. But we are not taking the trouble to read this Bhagavatam. So we can't be superficial devotees. Or sometimes we are just afraid to read, or we are afraid to hear because we don't want to be told. No? Too many things we don't want to be told. So therefore, I'm seeing everywhere, big gurus, their YouTube channel, only very few hundred devotees are coming and saying. So, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Next Wednesday at my place,
Which date is it?
20 after Janmashtami. So Monday I will give my address on